Good morning, Year 7, and welcome to week 7 of our online learning. This week we're looking just at some poetry technique revision, so nothing too interesting or anything that should scare you. I hope you guys had a great week last week, and let's get on with it. So for lesson 1, we're going to read the information, view the clip, and then we're going to complete the Google form on our online platform. I've already added a link to those Google forms on our Showbie account, so when it asks you to go fill out the form, that's where you're going to go. How do we know who is who? So writers use figurative language to create interesting and unique descriptions because no two characters should be the same. It's important that we use figurative language when we're talking about characters or locations because it's sort of like adding salt and pepper to a meal. Like, yeah, the story is good, but if you add in some figurative language, it can be better. So these are the main ones that we're hoping you guys will remember by the end of this term. So let's have a look at these. The first one is alliteration, and that is the repetition of the same sound in 2 or more words. For example, the rain made a racket on the roof. So there's that repetitive R sound. Or the sizzling sun shone in the silky sand. The reason why a poet or a writer may use alliteration is because they want you to really know that line well. When there's a repetitive nature to a line, it's easier to remember. And so if they put alliteration in there deliberately, then it's a line that they're like, I want this audience to really understand where this line's coming from. And that will be the line that you'll remember when someone asks you about, hey, what was that poem about? A metaphor is the comparison between two unrelated things, very similar to the simile, which we'll get into in a minute. Okay, so we're saying that something is something else. So a blanket of snow covered the ground. Okay, we're comparing snow to a blanket. And in the other one, a rainbow of lollies flew out of the piñata. We are comparing a rainbow to the lollies. Okay, so we're saying that colorful lollies flew out of the piñata. But by comparing it to a rainbow, we're also injecting all these other emotions that the rainbow symbolizes. So rainbows are a sign of joy, and it helps like create a better image in your head as to what these lollies look like when they flew out of the piñata. Then we have a simile, which is a comparison of two unrelated things using the word like or as. So you should be able to write a metaphor as a simile and a simile as a metaphor because they're doing the same thing, they're just doing it in a different way. Okay, so the simile here we have his eyes were as cold as ice and the girls were like 2 peas in a pod. We're comparing his eyes to ice, saying that they're very cold and unemotive. And the girls are like 2 peas in a pod. They were very close kids. Hyperbole is an obvious exaggeration. You guys did really well with this when we were reading, so I'm hoping that you understand and remember what a hyperbole is. So she ate a mountain of food. She was more powerful than the sea. Anywhere where you're exaggerating the results of something, it's normally hyperbole. And the reason why you're exaggerating is because you really want to give power or take away power from that moment. Personification is giving non-human objects human qualities. So the wind howled at the night. Wind can't physically howl. Howling is not something that the wind can do. It's inanimate. That means it's not human or non-animal. And the leaves danced on the ground. Again, leaves can't dance. That's something we're projecting onto them as we watch them move in the wind. And the last one's onomatopoeia. So remember I told you guys this is the music of words. So when you're trying to create sound within your words or within your sentences, your stories, your poems, okay, this is what you're going to do. You're going to use onomatopoeia. So we've got the clap, stomping, and the crowd roared with joy. Okay, all of these are onomatopoeia examples. So we're going to focus on similes and metaphors. So metaphors, even I get a little bit confused sometimes with metaphors. I find them a lot harder to understand until you see them and you're like, oh, duh, of course it's a metaphor. But that's what we're going to focus on for this week. So hopefully we'll get better together on how to tell them apart. So simile is a comparison of two things using like or as, such as the cloud was like a rolling wave in the sky. Sorry, I just totally forgot how to read. And metaphor, a comparison of two different things by saying one thing is the other, such as the cloud is a rolling wave in the sky. Like I said before, you should be able to turn similes into metaphors and metaphors into similes because they're doing the same sort of thing. They're just creating a different meaning when they do it. And as you can see here in these two examples, we're giving a different kind of level to a metaphor. So when we're like, it's rolling like a wave, or sorry, the cloud is like a rolling wave in the sky, it's not as strong as saying it is a rolling wave in the sky. And so that's giving us a different kind of emphasis on what the clouds are doing. So similes and metaphors, I want you to click on this link down here or copy and paste it. You're going to watch the video. We're not going to watch it together. Yes, the song will get stuck in your head. English teachers are really good for singing this song without even realizing we're doing it. So congratulations, welcome to the club. You can watch it as many times as you like. It's just really important that you understand the difference between similes and metaphors and how they work. And then on our next page here, you just complete the simile worksheet. So like I said, that's already in our Shobi account. If you just go to week 7's work and click on your name and like on the worksheet page, and you'll see that I've added links up there that you guys can, so make sure you're clicking on the simile one and not the metaphor one. And that is it for lesson 1. There's only 2 lessons this week, guys. So hopefully you'll find some time to have a little bit of fun as well this week. I know it's getting a little bit repetitive, but it's really important that we understand our differences between similes and metaphors, especially as we move forward in English. Like I told you, we're constantly building on our skills. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.